You notice them because you don't notice them. No Instagram stories, no tweets, no updates about what they're doing, eating, thinking, achieving. You search their name and find almost nothing. And somehow that feels unusual now, suspicious even. In a world where everyone is constantly sharing, posting, reacting, and broadcasting, they're quiet. But here's what most people don't realize. People who don't use social media at all aren't antisocial. They're psychologically wired in a very specific way. And once you understand it, you stop seeing them as out of touch and start seeing them as unusually self-contained. Let's break down what's actually happening. Number one, they don't seek external validation the way most people do. Most people post to be seen, to be liked, to be acknowledged, to feel connected. These people don't feel that urge, not because they dislike attention, but because their sense of worth doesn't depend on being witnessed. Psychologists call this internal validation orientation. They don't need the outside world to confirm their existence. They already feel it internally. They don't need proof that they matter. They already know. Number two, they are comfortable being unknown. This is rare. Most people feel uneasy when others don't know what they're doing, where they are, what they're achieving, where their life looks. These people don't feel that discomfort. They're okay with living a life that nobody else sees because they don't confuse visibility with value. They don't believe that something only accounts if others know about it. Number three, they have a higher tolerance for solitude. Social media fills quiet moments. Scrolling removes boredom. Notifications remove stillness. People who don't use it sit with silence more often. They think more, observe more, reflect more. Psychologists link this to high introspection. They don't need constant stimulation to feel okay. Their mind is enough company. Number four, they protect their mental energy very carefully. They understand something most people realize too late. Attention is limited, and social media is designed to take as much of it as possible. So they avoid the system entirely, not because they hate it, but because they value their focus more than the noise. They are very selective about where their mental energy goes. Number five, they experience life more directly. They don't think in posts. They don't think, this would be a good story. They don't reach for their phone when something happens. They stay in the moment because they're not splitting their experience between living it and showing it. They're fully present in what's happening. Number six, they don't compare themselves constantly. Social media creates endless comparison. So other people's vacations, success, relationships, bodies. These people remove themselves from that environment completely, which means their self-image is shaped more by their real life than by other people's highlights. They judge their life based on their own standards, not someone else's feed. Number seven, they don't feel the pressure to perform. Most people, without realizing it, start performing for an invisible audience. They think about how things look, how they'll be perceived. People who stay off social media don't carry that mental weight. They act for themselves, not for observers. Their choices are not influenced by how they will appear online. Number eight, they are often more private but not secretive. They'll talk to you, share stories, laugh, connect deeply. But they don't feel the need to document their life publicly. Their life exists in conversations, not posts, in memories, not archives. Number nine, they are less emotionally reactive. Social media feeds on emotional reactions, outrage, excitement, comparison, drama. People who don't use it are less exposed to that emotional roller coaster, which often makes them calmer, more stable, less easily triggered by things that don't directly affect them. Number 10, they don't measure their life in moments worth sharing. Most people unconsciously filter experiences through one question. Is this worth posting? These people don't. They measure moments by how they feel, not how they would look, which makes their experiences more personal and less performative. Here's what most people misunderstand. They're not disconnected. They're selectively connected. They choose real interaction over digital presence. They choose depth over display. They choose privacy over performance. And in a world where everyone is trying to be seen, they are comfortable just being. And that comfort changes how they move through life. They're less distracted, less reactive, less pressured to keep up. They don't live for the audience. They live for the experience. And that's a very different psychology that this guy just said.